The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to the Franklin County Fair here in Hilliard, Ohio, joined by Tom Pye, the harness guy, Chris Santacaterina behind the camera. I'm Susan Schroeder. Going to bring you a good day of racing here at Hilliard.
A full day of racing. We have 7 races in this actually our morning card. In the afternoon card, we have a total of 9.
We have to check. Yes,
yes,
we have 9 this afternoon.
You are correct, sir. I'm proud of myself. But
so it's it's Colt morning today. So we've got all the Colt stake races coming in today, this morning, and then at 4 o'clock we will come back with you and we will have the fillies. So it looks like we're about ready for the post parade for the first race. First race is a 3-year-old Colt pace. First of 2 divisions of these 3-year-old Colt pacers today. And we have 7 in it, so we're looking around and seeing if we've got them all out on the track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do we have 7 on the track? I see
right.
5.
And don't forget, you can go to harnessracingohio.com and look for your program, your racing program. They should be up and ready to look at by now for this 11 a.m. post time right here at the Franklin County Fair. It's a cloudy, overcast day, which is kind of nice for us because there is no roof on this grandstand, but the nice guys here at Hilliard have provided us with a tent. So if it does get sunny, we're going to be able to be in the shade.
Yes, with pink lemonade.
With pink lemonade.
Yeah, I have a Tango Mango Tropical.
Okay, so let's turn it over to Roger Houston for the post parade of the first.
Home Talent Stake, sponsored by ASCP. Number 1, Bear Creek Outlook, the driver Hank Levan. Number 2, Buckeye State, Mark St. Louis Jr. Missing the post parade is the 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye, Chris Presley. The 4, KB's Well Done, Emmanuel Miller. The 5, Lucky Boy Hill, Luke Hanners. The 6, Cinderlane Cruiser with Nick Clegg. And number 7, Mr. Legend, Tim Johnson in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate.
Shadow.
Last is the 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye with Chris Presley.
There's number 3 coming by. We'll start with number 1 with Bear Creek Outlook. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Boville Powerful out of You Raise Me by Rustler Hanover. 2 starts this year, no wins, no seconds, no thirds. Does show 2, 3, and 4 at Circleville, and that was his first start of the year. But he doesn't have a mark. He's waiting to break the winner's circle.
Buckeye State and Mark St. Louis Jr. have the 2-hole for trainer Brett Schwartz. Brett also owns this horse. It's a Yankee Cruiser out of Sunshine State, who is by Dragon Again. This colt kind of likes to be third, as 4 thirds in a row. Was third at Wilmington, third at Scioto 2 times, and third at Circleville. But he did finish third and was individually timed in 53 and 4.
They are.
We are headed to the gate already, so we're going to just give you the horses. The 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye and Chris Presley. KB's Well Done, Emmanuel Miller. Lucky Boy Hill and Luke Hanners. Cinderlane Cruiser with Nick Clegg. And number 7 starts from the 2nd tier, and that is Mr. Legend and Tim Johnson. Let's turn it over to Roger.
Swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off off and pacing, going for the lead. KB's Well Done on the outside. Buckeye State gets away on the inside. Third is Bear Creek Outlook up on the outside. Fourth, Cinder Lane Cruiser racing fifth as they race around the turn. Now fourth, now third. Drinking My Baby Goodbye. Trailing the field, Lucky Boy Hill. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. On the outside, Drinking My Baby Goodbye, and Chris Presley take the lead as they race by the quarter. Racing second is Buckeye State. Opening quarter, 29-1. Around the turn they go. KB's Well Done racing third. Bear Creek Outlook is fourth. On the move on the outside, Cinder Lane Cruiser, Neil sixth. Racing up on the outside as they race over to the 3/8 mark and pass the stands first time. Drinking My Baby Goodbye by 2 1/4. Buckeye State second. KB's Well Done third. As they race into the turn, racing fourth, Cinder Lane Cruiser fifth. Bear Creek Outlook halfway home in 58, 28-4. Second panel on to the backside. Racing on the outside six is Mr. Legend. Trailing the field off stride, Lucky Boy Hill. Down the backside they go. Drinking My Baby Goodbye has now opened up by 3 lengths on Buckeye State second. Racing third, KB's Well Done. Fourth to Cinder Lane Cruiser by the 3/4. 127-1. Around the final turn, it's Drinking My Baby Goodbye. Racing by 3 1/2. Racing second. Into the stretch they come is Buckeye State coming home. It's all Drinking My Baby Goodbye. Drawn away. Buckeye State second. KB's Well Done was third. 157, 1/5.
Soo-wee. That's it. Smoking mile, 157 1/5. Come last half at 59-1 as well.
Yeah, Chris Presley got to the top by the quarter and kind of stretched out the field with that first quarter in 29-1.
That Drinking My Baby Goodbye definitely has a license, just coming off a mile at the Ohio Sire Stakes, and 151. Last quarter, 26-2. That he was seventh. Got beat 4 lengths. That was down to Scioto, and that was just on the 6th. But he does sport a mark of 153 and 3 at Scioto. That's a nice Colt.
Yeah, raced really well as a 2-year-old. Also had 14 starts as a 2-year-old. Half of those were wins. 7 wins, a first and a second and a third. Made $32,000 as a 2-year-old. So that's continuing his good racing.
This was trained by Daniel Hale. Hale, the gang's all here. He's from Utica, Ohio. Owned and trained Ann Brader on Drinking My Baby Goodbye.
Always a little extra special when you bred them.
Oh, yeah.
Bred them also. Bred them, own them, train them. And here comes Chris and Drinking My Baby Goodbye back to the winner's circle.
Winner of the first race, 3-year-old Colt Pace, hometown of Colt Stakes. Number 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye. Daniel Hale, Utica, Ohio, the owner, trainer. Chris Presley in the sulky. 3-year-old gelding by Big Bad John out of Liz Marrow's Lady. Home a winner in 157 1/5. Blanket in this race, sponsored by ASE Feed, goes to Drinking My Baby Goodbye, Daniel Hale, and Chris Presley.
Mr. Conrad's a man of many talents. He got that cooler on.
Results are official. First race. Number 1, Bear Creek Outlook, 6. The 2, Buckeye State, 2. The 3, Drinking My Baby Goodbye, the winner. The 4, KB's Well Done, 3. The 5, Lucky Boy Hill, 7. The 6, Cinder Lane Cruiser, 4. The 7, Mr. Legend, 5. Top down, 6-2-1, 3-7-4, 5 on the bottom, The mile, 157 1/5. The quarter, 29-1. The half, 58. 3/4, 127-1. The mile, 157 1/5. Bring them right on out for that second.
What is the track record?
Track record here on the pace is 155-1.
So that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah,
but
that's what we're aiming for. That is from 2019. A horse called Rocket Baby, Ron Steck trained, and Jeremy Smith drove to that 155-1 track record
and
on the pace.
That is just the excitement, just starting. It is still morning. We shall return after a few messages from our sponsors.
The Franklin County Agricultural Society was organized in 1851, and after 2 short months of planning, the society hosted its first fair later that fall. Lacking its own space, it was approved to be held at the state fairgrounds for the first 2 years. Tents and buildings exhibited livestock, horticulture, and farm goods. Premiums were awarded to the owners of the best cow, chickens, stallion, and filly. An autonomous county fair would be put on hold in the following decades as Franklin merged with Delaware and Licking for a tri-county fair. By 1910, the Franklin County Fair was officially named and resumed as we know it. After the fair was reestablished, it moved to Columbus Driving Park Racetrack. Outside of fair time, the track was known for standardbred racing. Newspapers around the nation reported on races here. The Columbus Driving Park hosted Grand Circuit meets that featured horses like the legendary Dan Patch. At the turn of the century, the track popularized cars, introducing 24-hour endurance racing to the entire world. During this time, harness horses would outgrow the Columbus Driving Park. Sulkies would go on to find a new home at Hilliard Raceway and eventually today's Scioto Downs. The Franklin County Fair is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. It features 2 days of harness racing and hosts a leg of the Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
Welcome back. We're here at the Franklin County Fair in Hilliard, Ohio. What a nice start. 157-1. We got to give the track crew here the hats off. They have this for the first race in a year to go 157 the last half and 59-1. Good job. Excellent.
Yep, the track, everything is in nice shape here. I mean, like you said before, they provided us with a tent to be under. The officials have a tent that they're under, and that's really appreciated when we go out. Right now it's okay because it's cloudy, overcast, but if the sun comes out, it's going to be a little bit hot up here.
It's and as I said, I'm half baked, but I'm fully baked when I get through.
Yeah.
But this is the second race, Susan Schroeder. This is 1 mile trot for 3-year-old colts, only one division.
Yeah,
and
they
they
are
go
going
for $12,180. That is a nice purse.
That is a very nice purse. We'll start talking about these horses because once they parade, they go right to the gate. So the one horse is Mindful Amos. Nick Clegg drives for owner-trainer Betty Clegg. It's an enterprise colt out of a Donato Hanover mare called Change Your Mind. Has a record this year of 2-2-1 at Northfield Park. Last year had 25 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds, 4 thirds, made $24,000 as a 2-year-old, and so far this year has made $7,777.
And number 2 is Dublin Rockin' Jerry with Mark St. Louis as a Herman Hageman trainee. This is a gelding by Enterprise out of Magic Dancing by Cadabra. Has a mark of 57. 157 at Scioto this year. 13 starts, 1 win, 1 second. Lifetime 17 starts and 12,000 earned. Just 2 weeks ago, we made a break last week at Bell Fountain, and last week in the second at Scioto, 157. Nice colt.
Jogging Bank Shot and Hank Levan have the 3-hole. Hank also trains. This Break the Bank K is owned by Levan Stables, M. Levan, R. Fries, and R. Werner. This is, as we said, a Break the Bank K out of Jogging Home, who is by Tom Ridge. Very lightly raced as a 2-year-old, just had 3 starts, but did have a qualifying mark as a 2-year-old in 2-1 and 4, and has had 9 starts this year. Finished second at Bell Fountain last start. Last quarter came in 29 and 3.
And number 4 is Solomon Seal. It's a Volstead 3-year-old out of Forget You by Don't You Forget It. Daniel Miller trained and drive. Rice and Acres is the owner. 12 starts lifetime, no wins, but has 2 seconds and 2 thirds. Does show 2-4 at Northfield on May 30th. So that was a qualifier. We need a win here. Number 4, Solomon Seal. Number 5.
Adventureful Pete. Let's turn it over to Roger for the post parade, and then we will come back and talk about the rest of the horses.
Horses are on the track and putting the post for the second race. 3-year-old Colt and gelding Hometown at Stake for Trotters. Sponsored by All Win Electric. Number 1 is Mindful Amos, the driver Nick Clegg. Number 2, Dublin Rockin' Jerry with Mark St. Louis. Number 3, Jogging Bank Shot, Hank Levan. Number 4, Solomon Seal, the driver Daniel Miller. Number 5, Adventureful Pete, Emmanuel Miller. Number 6, Tommy, the driver Tommy Dawson. Number 7, You Don't Fool Me, Rosie Weaver in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate.
Okay, so the 5 is Adventureful Pete. Emmanuel Miller will drive for trainer-owner Rosie Weaver. Heartland Acres co-owns this horse along with Rosie. This is an Uncle Peter out of a Ken Workington mare, Tagalong Kendra. Has had 5 starts this year, 1 win. That was at Northfield Park back in June, early June, in 2 minutes and 2/5. Also was raced at Northfield 2 starts back and was timed in 59 and 3.
Number 6 is Tommy with Tommy Dawson, trainer Mary Dawson, owner Mary Dawson, and this is a long Tom. Boy, that's unusual. Tommy. Out of Katie by Mr. Levesque, has 7 starts this year, no wins, no seconds, 1 third, and last year 11 starts, no wins. Still is 0 for 18. But has trotted at Scioto in the Buckeye Stallion Series, 57 and 3. Last quarter, 29 and 4. We got him 7th. That was on the July 4th. Number 7
You Don't Fool Me. Rosie Weaver up. Rosie also trains and co-owns this colt along with Heartland Acres. This is another long tom, but out of a Donato Hanover mare, Ariella. This horse had 10 starts last year, 2 wins. The fastest of those was at 2 minutes flat at Delaware. Has had 1 win this year and 57 flat at Miami Valley Raceway. Last race in the Buckeye Stallion Series and was timed in 57-2 at Scioto Downs last start. The horses are headed around the turn and gathering to the gate. We've got 1, You Don't Fool Me, will start from the second tier, but from the rail out. Mindful Amos, Dublin Rockin' Jerry, Jogging Bank Shot, Solomon Seal, Adventureful Pete, Tommy, and You Don't Fool Me in the second tier. Let's turn it over to Roger Houston for this call of the second race from the Hilliard
Here they
Fair.
come. They're off and trotting, going right out for the lead. That's Mindful Amos on the inside. Up on the outside, Dublin Rockin' Jerry now to take the lead. Racing third is Jogging Bank Shot. Fourth on the outside as they race around the turn. Adventureful Pete racing on the inside. You Don't Fool Me. On to the backside in the first quarter mark. Tommy, and trailing the field following the break, Solomon Seal. Go on to the first quarter mark. Mark St. Louis Jr. and Dublin Rockin' Jerry takes him over to the first quarter. Mindful Amos is there second. Opening panel in 31 flat. Jogging Bank Shot trots third. Racing fourth, Adventureful Pete. Racing fifth, it's You Don't Fool Me. Coming to the outside for Rosie Weaver. First up, Tommy is sixth. And trailing the field, Solomon Seal. Coming to the halfway point, Dublin Rockin' Jerry has the lead. As they race over to the halfway point, Jogging Bank Shot is second. Mindful Amos third on the inside. Fourth on the outside, Adventureful Pete. Halfway home in 104. Tommy with Tommy is fifth. Racing sixth on the outside, You Don't Fool Me, and catching the field, Solomon Seal. Down the backside, off stride, Jogging Bank Shot. Go on to the 3-quarter mark. It's Dublin Rockin' Jerry by 2 1/4. Mindful Amos is there second. Racing third, Solomon Seal. Fourth, into the turn, You Don't Fool Me. 3 quarters in 1:35. Back trotting, Jogging Bank Shot fifth. Little more than an 8 to go. Mindful Amos starting to close the gap a bit. Dublin Rockin' Jerry has the lead by 1 1/4. Mindful Amos closing on the outside second. Down the lane they come. Dublin Rockin' Jerry on the inside. Mindful Amos second. It's Dublin Rockin' Jerry. Mindful Amos, You Don't Fool Me, was third. The mile, 2:06.
They come the last half in 1:02, Susan Schroeder. It's Tommy, still jumping.
It was a little bit of an ugly race because 5 of them made breaks at different times in the field. The 2 horses that stayed at it finished first and second.
They stayed trotting, and they finished Dublin Rockin' Jerry, Mark St. Louis, and Mindful Amos. And they were just cruising across that last half and 2, last quarter in 31.
Yeah, that was like we said, a lot of running in that race. I mean, all over the place. A couple at the start, and then
Rosie Weaver, she split them going up the backside. One was running on the inside, and the other one run on the outside. So she just went right. And that's tough because horses, they have what they call copycat behavior, and it's technically it's called aliomimicry, but they copy other horses. They see a horse running and they'll break right in. In fact, a foal will copy its mother's gait exactly, stride for stride, out in the paddock.
And here comes Dublin Rockin' Jerry back to the winner's circle.
Number 2, Dublin Rockin' Jerry. Owned by Anthony Miller of Dundee, Ohio. Hagerman Racing of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Herman Hagerman, the winning trainer. Mark St. Louis Jr. in the sulky. The 3-year-old Gelding by Enterprise out of Magic Dancing. Home a winner in 2:06. Blanket in this race presented by All Win Electric to Dublin Rockin' Jerry, Herman Hagerman, Mark St. Louis Jr.
I think Mr. Conrad's going to have to get an assistant just to fold the blankets for him. See. That's good. Mark St. Louis is climbing up the leading driver's standing. I do have it written down. I got 3 bags. I came with 1 tote bag, but I went downstairs and they were giving away tote bags, so I stocked up for the summer. But I do have the, I think Mark St. Louis has 15 now, 14 or 15. I'll have to double check. Good mile. With that, we'll get the official rundown from Roger Houston, and I even wrote it down myself. I have the first 3 were 217.
Yep, that's what I had too, 217, but we will wait
And
for the
this is going to be tough for the judges with all the breaks in the race because they're going to see if they lost ground. And I got 217,
Results are official. Second race. Number 1, Mindful Amos to the 2, Dublin Rockin' Jerry, the winner. The 3, Jogging Bank Shot, 5. The 4, Solomon Seal, 4. The 5, Adventural Pete, 6, place 7th. Interference with other horses following a break. The 6, Tommy, 7, place 6. The 7, You Don't Fool Me, 3. Top down, 215, 4, placed 7, placed 6, 3 on the bottom. The quarter 31, the half 104, 3/4 135, the mile 2:06.
So there are your results for race number 2. Race number 3 coming up is the only one division of the 2-year-old Colt Trot. And so far we have no changes. They will be going for $12,920. So we'll be right back with the 3rd race after these messages.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
For over 100 years, the values at CoverLink Insurance have been clear. Do the right thing. These values have been at the forefront of what we do, and that will never change. At CoverLink Insurance, you're a person, not a policy. Whether you raise crops, livestock, or own the family farm, CoverLink's farm insurance can be tailored to meet your needs. Trusted advice and solutions to protect what matters most. Great service from great people, CoverLink Insurance.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moni, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
We're back at the Franklin County Fair in Hilliard, Ohio. Susan Schroeder, you are looking at the book.
Well, I was adding up the number of horses that we have today, and we have 84 horses in today, which is kind of light, excuse me, compared to what we've been.
Well,
But
yeah,
you have
we-
to figure that we're also racing at Lebanon today, and we're also racing at Oak Harbor. So
Yeah,
once we start getting
3
those,
tracks going all
yeah,
at once.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
changes things.
Lebanon has 17,
17 races
and
today.
Oak Harbor has a good number too. So we're down here in Hilliard, and just checking over our leading drivers and trainers. Right now, Jeff Nysonger is on top of I call him the County Fair royalty, the top 5 drivers and trainers. Jeff has 23 wins. Nick Clegg has 18. He has a couple in today. He can add today. Jeff is not racing over his home track in Lebanon, I believe, so he's going to be adding some there. And Mark St. Louis is 18. He just added 1, so he is in second place with 19. That's the top 3. Hank Levan's got 15. Pierce Henry has 13, and Ron Gillespie has 13 as well. The trainer side, Betty Clegg leading the pack. The ladies is on top with 20 wins. Jeff Nysonger has 13 wins. Rosie Weaver has 10. Hank Levan has 9, and Mark Winters has 8. So they'll all be adding today. I'll guarantee you that. Guarantee.
Yeah.
Because we have 2 other tracks going besides Hilliard. But
Yeah.
here in the Susan.
We talk about the trainers and how busy they are. And out of the horses that we have in this morning, we've got 40 horses on this morning's card. 25% of them are Betty Clegg's. She brought 10 horses just this morning. So they're certainly going to be adding to their numbers at
And
some
what do
point
I
today.
always say? You better be ready for Nick and Betty.
Yeah, absolutely. They bring a
20
lot of
horses,
horses.
wow.
They race a lot of places.
I just quick question: are they racing in at Oak Harbor or Lebanon? I hope not. If they got to have a helicopter, a supply helicopter take off. Okay, this is the 3rd race here at Franklin County Fair. This is another 5 2-year-old colts and geldings. Purse of $12,920. Everyone gets a check. And the purse distribution, do you want to go over that? Tell the folks. Is
I have to look again. I think Home Talent is the same.
is
Let me look.
50% for the winner.
Home
And
Talent, yes, 50%, 25%, 12, 8, and 5.
yeah, that's
So they're just like, I think Southern Valley is the only one that's a little bit different. Southern Valley does 45% to the winner, I believe. So this is just like the Perry Mutual tracks, 50, 25, 12, 8, and 5. So a nice purse check to go home with if you win this race.
the
That's,
sun just came out. We're still in the shade, thanks to Kip.
Yep.
Thank you, Kip. Good, Kip Yates. He brought our shades. The man with the tent. Number 1 is Go Joey L. This is a 2-year-old gelding by What the Hill out of an Outrageous Fortune by Andover Hall. It's owned by Levan Stables, Domafall Racing Enterprises. Say hi to Joe and Em Levan Woodstock at Woodstock and Dream Racing. They got 5 starts this year, 1 win that was at Ottawa, and 2 12-1. Does show trotting Northfield, finished 4th in a maiden race in 2 4-3. 1 win in 3/3 of 5 starts. You have to say shout out to Joe and Fran. They're very good, supportive on all the fairs. And number 2.
Our Boss and Nick Clegg for Betty Clegg. This is an Enterprise colt out of a Master Levesque mare. Don't even know my name. And this is the first start for this horse.
First time ever. This is This is just, if you got your program, you will see there's nothing on that. You can write a lot of stuffs in there, make all your notes. Number 3 is Burning Down the House. Chris Hirschberger trains for Debbie Kvermo of Georgetown, Pennsylvania. Chris Hirschberger in the sulky. This is the first, as a 2-year-old. So this is the first official start because there's no starts. Did qualify at Northfield 2-5-3 at the last quarter 31-3. So this is a 2-year-old by winning fireworks out of Nico Ridge out by Tom Ridge. And Debbie is breeder and owner. Number 3, Burning Down the House. Number 4.
Number 4 is Glamorous Pete. Rosie Weaver drives and trains and co-owns, along with our announcer of the day, Roger Houston. This is an Uncle Peter colt out of Globally Glamorous, who is by Andover Hall. It was a Buckeye Stallion Series, Buckeye Classic sale purchase for $19,000. Had raced at Paulding, then went up to Delaware and qualified, and then raced at Marion. Finished 3rd at Marion. It was timed in 2:9-1 at the Delaware qualifier.
The 5 is Just Jet Wings. Virgil Morgan trainee, junior trainee. This is a 2-year-old gelding by What the Hill out of Schlama by Learjetta. And it's owned by Joyce McClellan of Janesville, Ohio. Bred by March Creek Farm of Indiana. And Jet Wings has trotted in 2-2-1 last start out. 5th place, 4th, come last quarter, 29 seconds. Shows good times, 2-4 with the last quarter, 28-4. 2-4-3 last quarter, 28-4. And this last start, 2-2-1. So here's Roger with the post parade of the 3rd.
2-year-old Colt and gelding, hometown at Colt Stake Trot, $12,920. Number 1 is Go Joey L. The driver, Hank Levan. Number 2 is Our Boss with Nick Clay. Number 3, Burning Down the House. The driver, Chris Hirschberger. Number 4, Glamorous Pete with Rosie Weaver. And number 5, Jet Wings, Austin Hanners in the sulky. Austin, looks like your saddle pad's about to get lost.
Okay, there was your post parade with only 5 in it. Like we said, everybody's going to come home with a check. All you got to do is just trot across the finish line, and you're going to go home with something.
Stay trotting. That's a yeah. But I'll tell you, for a small field, does have some speed in here. That 5, Jet Wings, looks like it can be good on the front end. Let me do a little handicapping here. Looks like put him right on the front end, and has been on the front end, but he's been in tough competition. I mean, the miles he's been in there, the first start, lifetime start, they went in 57 flat, and then the next week they went in 2-2, last quarter 28-4. So this one coming off of that non-winners at the maiden at Scioto, trotting 2-2-1. So Austin Hanners, you're taking over from Mr. Brett Miller. And
that Jet Wings was an $85,000 purchase at the Ohio Selected Sale, so they certainly had high hopes for that one. I wouldn't want it to be the announcer that was announcing that, the mayor of that Jet Wings, Schlama. That must have been hard to see in a race, hard to say over and over again in a race.
I would say it's number 3.
Yeah.
That's easy to say.
A little bit easier, yeah.
And as Roger always says, the toughest is like when they combine all 4 words, like his Burning Down the House. That's an easy one, but then they have they drop letters, and it's almost like an IQ test, which I fail every time.
So the horses are headed to the starting gate. From the rail out, we've got Go Joey L, Our Boss, Burning Down the House, Glamorous Pete, and Jet Wings, going for a purse of $12,920, the 3rd race here at the Franklin County Fair.
They're off and trotting, going right out for the lead. That's Burning Down the House on the inside. Go Joey L. Glamorous Pete up on the outside third. Getting away fourth is Our Boss, and trailing the field, Jet Wings as they race around the turn, going to the first eighth. On the outside, Glamorous Pete and Rosie Weaver take command. Racing second is Burning Down the House. Down the backside they go. Go Joey L. Racing third. Our Boss fourth. Jet Wings trails the field as they race over to the first quarter mark. Glamorous Pete leads by a length and a quarter. Here comes Go Joey L. on the move on the outside. Opening quarter 31-2. Off stride goes Burning Down the House. At the 3/8 mark, it's Glamorous Pete with the lead. Go Joey L is there second. Racing third up on the outside. That's Jet Wings racing fourth. As they pass the stands first time, Our Boss treading the field, Burning Down the House. They're halfway home. Into the turn, Glamorous Pete shows the way, halfway there in 105. On the outside, Jet Wings now second, racing third. Go Joey L, racing fourth. Our Boss, and trailing the field, Burning Down the House. Down the backside, going to the three-quarter mark. On the outside, now to take the lead, going down the backside. Racing on top, it's Jet Wings. Glamorous Pete there second, racing third to the outside at the three quarters in 136. Midway around the final turn, on top of the field, Jet Wings. Glamorous Pete is there second. Closing on the outside is Go Joey L. Fourth is Our Boss. Into the stretch they come. On top of the field, Jet Wings and Austin Hanners battles on for second and third. Coming to the wire, it's all Jet Wings. Photo, make it the three, Burning Down the House second. Home third, Go Joey L. The mile, 2:07, 1/5.
Yes, Susan Schroeder.
It's kind of a nice bunch of 2-year-old baby trotters.
The Burning Down the House started, went off stride, come back nice trotting, and they all did. Down the half in 5, come the last half in 1:02 and 1.
On number 3, Burning Down the House. Also a violation of the braking rule near the quarter.
Now there's one.
Yeah. So Roger just said that there is an inquiry of if Burning Down the House had violation of the braking rule. So we
made
will
a break,
see.
and they come back to be second.
Yeah, they will decide if he made up ground well on the run, or because they have to lose ground. So they will determine that before we have final placings. But your winner was obviously Jet Wings, Austin Hanners for Virgil Morgan Jr., and Joyce McClelland, the What the Hill Colt.
That is new lifetime mark. This basically his first stake start.
Yeah, I did race in that 2-year-old non-winners of 1 race at Scioto Downs and finished 5th, placed 4th in that race. And as you alluded to earlier, Tom trotted in 2-2 and 1 there. Came last quarter in 29, but his 2 qualifying races, he came home in 28 and 4. So the Colt's got a good kick at the end of the mile.
So, and he was well in hand, just trotting right along. And I think Austin could be whistling as he's coming to home.
So the connections are coming back to the winner's circle.
No violations.
We'll be getting the official results, but Roger just did announce that there's no violation of the braking rule, so Burning Down the House will be your second place winner.
And Susan, you can explain that rule more better
Back
than
in front
I.
of the stands, unofficial winner of third race, number 5, Jet Wings. Joyce McClellan, Zanesville, Ohio. Virgil Morgan Jr., the winning trainer. Austin Hanners in the sulky. 2-year-old gelding, but what the hill at a Shim Shalom Mama. Home a winner in 2:07, 1/5, a lifetime best. This race sponsored by Woodland Run Equine. Fly sheet goes to Jet Wings, Virgil Morgan Jr., and Austin Hanners. Results are official. Number 1, Go Joey L, 3. The 2, R Boss, 4. The 3, Burning Down the House, 2. The 4, Glamorous Pete, 5. The 5, Jet Wings, the winner. Top down, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1 on the bottom. The quarter, 31 and 2. The half, 105. 3/4, 136. The mile, 207, 1/5. Barn area, have them ready.
So that's Susan Schroeder. That trip to the winner's circle for Jet Wings was worth $6,460. Nice little payday here on a beautiful Monday. Is it afternoon? It's afternoon. It's sunny now. It's beautiful now.
Still morning.
Still morning.
Still
okay.
morning.
Monday morning. But that's the third race. Next race coming up is the 2-year-old Colts, pacing Colts. And we are going, this is 1, 2, 3 divisions in this. Yes, so we have 5 in it to win it. And we shall return after these few messages.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, a son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
We are back here at Franklin County Fair, Hilliard, Ohio. Susan, our resident judge. The breaking rule is
breaking rule, yeah, and this is a USTA breaking rules, because this fair is not having pari-mutuel wagering, so they do follow the USTA rules, whereas a fair that has pari-mutuel wagering, they follow the Ohio State Racing Commission, which are very similar, but there's a few things I think that differ. But horse breaking from gate. When a horse breaks from its programmed gate, the driver shall at once, where clearance exists, take such horse to the inside or outside and pull him to his gate. What's interesting is, you think about they went off stride, they went running, but a horse that's a trotter, if they start pacing, that's considered a break in the gate. So, and there's a couple things that are considered violations: failure to properly attempt to pull the horse up, failure to take to the inside or outside where clearance exists, and failure to continuously lose ground when off stride, and committing an extended break, in which the horse may be placed last at that point. So a little bit about the breaking rule.
There's so many variables in there, but the judges know they have the eye. They will watch the driver. If he lets the horse run and doesn't attempt to take him back, that's disqualification, because if you cannot just let a horse run on the outside and not lose ground, they'll place you back. So, and the pacers will do the same thing, but mostly it's usually trotters.
Yeah, it usually is, but pacers, not many pacers are able to switch. I do know Smooth as Tennessee Whiskey can trot in her hobbles. We were told about that because she really likes to trot. But most pacers cannot trot in the hobbles. They can go off stride, but a trotter can switch right over into the pace very easily.
Very easily. Incidentally, I'm going back 50 years ago. It was a mare. She was by Speedy Romeo. And they had her in a $2,400 claiming pacer, and always wanted to make a break at the head of the lane. And one guy drove her, and he said she just wants to trying to trot. They took the hobbles off, and of course you make changes in shoeing, a little heavier weight, whatever you have to do. But this mare ended up setting the track trotting record in New England. She trotted, and this is back in 1975, trotted just before the modified sulky too, trotted in 2 minutes flat. And where she was a $2,400 claiming pacer, here now she's an invitational top mare in the New England.
Wow.
But
wow.
And if anybody's listening, if you can remember, her name was Lively Ann, and but she was a legend up through there for switching from the pace.
I would think so. That's pretty amazing to be able to go that fast right away trotting.
And she was only going at probably about 2.9 if she stayed flat. So there was a great, but everyone says, we're going to try all our paces on the trot now. It doesn't work like that.
No. But. So this fourth race coming up is the first of 3 divisions of the 2-year-old Colt Pacers. The number 1 Sam's Legend, Mark St. Louis Jr. will drive for trainer Brett Schwartz. Hired Gun Racing Stable and Tim Schwartz are the owners. Let's go to the post parade.
A 2-year-old Colt and gelding pace. Number 1, Sam's Legend, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 2, Rinse and Repeat with Tim Deaton. The 3, See I'm Hot, Austin Hanners drives. Number 4, Pure Dragon with Nick Clegg. And number 5, Gator Rocks, Hank Levan in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate. In the barn area, get them ready for the...
So we're back with the quick rundown. Mark St. Louis driving Sam's Legend, Brett Schwartz trainee for the Hired Gun Racing Stable, and Tim R. Schwartz from Las Vegas, Nevada. So we got somebody in Las Vegas watching today. This is a bit of a legend end out of Last Sam Standing by Noble Land Sam. 2 starts, no wins, no seconds, no thirds, but has paced in 2 minutes flat in the qualifier, 2-year-old qualifier at Scioto. Number 2.
Rinse and Repeat with Tim Deaton up for Dustin Arledge. This horse is owned by Clark, Phillips, Thompson, and Arledge. It's a lather up out of Better Love Next Time out of American Ideal. This horse sold at the Ohio Selected Sale for $18,000. Has had 3 starts so far this year and finished 4th twice.
Number 3 is SEA, See I'm Hot. This is a 2-year-old down by the seaside out of Hot Lemonade by Rock and Roll Heaven. This is owned and trained by Tony Holler of Commercial Point, Ohio. This is a Ohio Select sale of $21,000. Austin Hanners in the sulky. 3 starts, 1 third. Does show pacing her first start up at Paulding in 2, 3, and 4. So CM Hot and Austin Hanners. Number 4.
Pure Dragon and Nick Clegg from the 4 hole. It's a Fear the Dragon out of an Always a Virgin Mare. And Gator Rocks and Hank Levan from the 5 hole.
And Gator Rocks. Here's Roger and the call of the 4th.
The Off and pacing, Sam's Legend goes right out for the lead. See I'm Hot gets away second. Racing third, Gator Rocks as they race into the turn. Rinse and repeat fourth, and treading the field, Pure Dragon. As they race around the turn, Pure Dragon comes to the outside from way back for Nick Clegg. Now fifth, now fourth, closing with each and every stride. Now third, that's Pure Dragon. Now second, and going right on after the leader, Sam's Legend. Off stride, See I'm Hot. Moving on the outside, Gator Rocks is now third. Racing fourth is Rinse and Repeat at the quarter in 31-1. Midway around the third turn, on top of the field, it's Sam's Legend. Now taking the two-hole trip, it's Pure Dragon as they race over to the halfway point. Gator Rocks races third, Rinse and Repeat fourth. Treading the field, See I'm Hot. Straight alignment, halfway home, it's Sam's Legend on top of the field by a length and 3/4. Racing second. As they race into the turn, Pure Dragon at the half, 103 4/5 to the backside. Gator Rocks right there third, Rinse and Repeat fourth, and treading the field, See I'm Hot off stride. Down the backside they go. Sam's Legend is opened up now by 3.5. Racing second is Pure Dragon. Third, Gator Rocks. Fourth, Rinse and Repeat, trying to close the gap. Treading the field, back pacing, See I'm Hot. 3/4, 133-1. 29-2, third panel, midway around the final turn. Sam's Legend brings him into the stretch by 5. Pure Dragon is there second. Coming to the outside, Gator Rocks. Through the lane, it's Sam's Legend and Mark St. Louis Jr. with the lead. On the outside, coming on is Gator Rocks. Inside, Pure Dragon second, Gator Rocks third. The mile, 2:05.
That mile in 2:05, Sam's Legend kind of opened it up with that third quarter in 29-2.
It's run and catch me, that was.
Yeah, absolutely, and finished unofficially. I have Sam's Legend the winner, Pure Dragon second, and Gator Rocks third.
145.
You're talking about that double-gated horse Mike Webkenberg posted that said in the 70s a horse named Pat Hand raced in the invitationals at Latonia on the trot on Friday and the pace on Saturday. So that's really unusual. I want to welcome everybody that's watching with us today. We've got Kevin from Lima, Jeff from Patriot, Indiana, Tim from Florida, Mert from Florida, Dolly from Bear, Delaware, Carlisle, Pennsylvania, Seneca Lake, Eaton, Ohio, all over the place, so we certainly do welcome you. David Myrick made a note that we forgot to talk about earlier, is that the Home Talent instituted a no entry fees this year. So you can come and race, and they waived all the entry fees. Now, if for some reason don't show up or don't check in with them, you still have to check in at the racing office. But if you didn't do that, you're going to have to pay the starting fee of $100. But
So
otherwise, no starting fees.
It's worth to get here early.
Yes, yes. Get here and check in.
Home Talent Colt Stake, 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace, sponsored by Hurley Racing. Number 1, Sam's Legend. Owned by Hired Gun Racing Stable, Washington Courthouse. Tim Schwartz of Las Vegas, Nevada. Brett Schwartz, the winning trainer. Mark St. Louis Jr. with his second win on the afternoon card. 2-year-old Gelding, but a bit of a legend in out of last Sam standing. Home winner and a lifetime best, 2:05. Final half, 101-1, the final quarter. For the mile in 2:05.
And the connections of Sam's Legend down in the winner's circle.
Sam's Legend, Brett Schwartz, Mark St. Louis Jr. receiving the fly blanket, courtesy of Hurley Racing.
All the way from Washington Courthouse, which is just
Results are official.
Down the road and over
Fourth
across.
race. Number 1, Sam's Legend, the winner. The 2, Rinse and Repeat, 4. The 3, See I'm Hot, 5. The 4, Pure Dragon, 2. The 5, Gator Rocks, 3. Top down, 1, 4, 5, 2, 3 on the bottom. 31 and 1, 103, 4, 133, 1. The mile, 2:05, and there's another winner from Midland Acres, the home. A bit of a legend in.
That was Sam's Legend was a Buckeye Classic yearling purchase of $16,000, and looks on the right track to make it back. So that is our fourth race. Our fifth coming up is a 2-year-old Pacing Colts, second division. Purse going to 4,300. There's 5 in this to win it.
One change that we know about, the 5-horse will be driven by Emmanuel Miller.
Yes. So with that, we shall return after these messages.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
We're back.
Welcome back to Hilliard. I want to remind everybody we start racing at 4 o'clock, but tune in around 3:30 because we're going to have a very special ceremony with appreciation for Dr. John Ellis for his dedication and service to over 30 years to the racing program. And horsemen here are giving him an appreciation plaque, and we're going to have something right here in front of the grandstand. So if you want to, races start at 4, but we're going to have that special presentation to Dr. Ellis, and we will be on at about 3:30 for that.
Something to look forward to. You see, as in the program, as Susan was mentioning that, it's always, there's so many people that put so much of their time in these county fairs, and I've been around, going around Ohio all these past few years, is just to see how proud and how much work they put into this. And again, like Kip, after that first mile, 57 and 1, he said pretty good, eh?
Yeah, he was real proud of that mile.
Yeah, because this is the fifth race coming up. This is, as again, 5. We've got 5 youngsters in it. Let's go quick rundown with them. Number 1 is Stapleton. He's a 2-year-old gelding by Do Me That Again, out of Legal Eye by Real Desire. Is trained and owned and trained and owned by Terry Thompson Jr. of Piketon, Ohio. That's down there at the Pike County. So he's come up. Driven by Luke Hannes. This 2-year-old last week at the 2-year-old in Scioto, paced in 202 flat. Coming last quarter 30 and a fifth. So coming off, this is his first start. So number 1, Stapleton with Luke Hannes. Number 2,
Cruisin' Illusion, Mark St. Louis Jr. up for trainer Brett Schwartz. Brett also owns this horse along with William Bean from Sabina, Ohio. It's a Yankee Cruiser out of Pink Magic, who's by the Ponderosa. A $6,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale. Last race at Wellston, where he finished 3rd.
Number 3 is Peanut Fear. This is Nick and Betty Clegg. It's owned by Betty Clegg of Northfield, Ohio. Gelding by Fear the Dragon out of Peanut Butter Shake by Better's Delight. 4 starts this year, 1 second last week at Cortland. At 2-7. Patient 2-7 was impeded. Place 6th. Does show 2-3 at Paulding, his first start. Just got beat a nose. That was, as Sen said, his pace in 2-5-1, 2-11-2 at Marion, and 2-7 last week. Peanut Fear, the team of Nick and Betty. Number 4.
Journey's Sharp Edge. Ron Steck trains for owner and breeder Marion Beachy. This is a Do Me That Again colt out of Riding Out a Storm by Dragon Again. Won his last start at Bell Fountain in 2-4-1. Came last quarter in 29-4. Also had raced at Scioto Downs in a qualifier 2 minutes and 4/5. Last quarter 29-3. Here is the post parade.
Stapleton, the driver Luke Hanners. Number 2, Cruisin' Illusion, Mark St. Louis Jr. Please note the 2, Cruisin' Illusion, racing on Lasix. Number 3, Peanut Fear with Nick Clegg. The 4, Journey Sharp Edge, the driver Austin Hanners. And number 5, Ponderosa Dream, Emmanuel Miller in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate. Austin Hanners the 4, Emmanuel Miller drives the 5, first Lasix the 2, Cruisin' Illusion.
Yeah, the number 5, Ponderosa Dream, 2-year-old colt by the Ponderosa out of Dream Deuce by Armbrew Deuce. First lifetime start, very first, owned by Ben Miller of Baltic, Ohio. Mike Spearman is a trainer. Emmanuel Miller in the sulky. Ponderosa Dream was a Buckeye Classic yielding of $7,000. The Peanut Fear, number 3, was a $12,000 Ohio Select. Buckeye Classic for Cruisin' Illusion, number 2, for $6,000. And a Buckeye Classic for Stapleton, number 1, $4,500. So I was just talking about the races at the Meadowlands on Saturday. Big card. They had the Dance Memorial. They had the Silverman, the Del Miller, and the Meadowlands Pace. But as we go through the Ohio, these are bargain horses, and they make good amount of money because all those most of the horses here at the Meadowlands for racing those big races, you see they were sale of $180,000, $220,000, $250,000 they cost. So as far as putting your for a great stakes program to come to Ohio, and you don't have to empty the bank account.
Yeah, absolutely. So the horses are getting ready to come down the stretch for the 5th race. Let's turn it over to Roger.
They're off and pacing, going for the lead. That's Stapleton. Taking a 2-hole trip will be Peanut Fear as they race into the turn. Cruisin' Illusion gets away 3rd. On the outside, Journey Sharp Edge. Now 4th, now 3rd, and going on. treading the field, Ponderosa Dream. On to the backside in the first quarter station. Stapleton and Luke Hanners show the way by a length and a half with a rush on the outside. Now third, now second. That's Journey Sharp Edge. Austin Hanners now to take the lead at the first quarter mark. Opening quarter in 31-1. Into the turn they go. Stapleton is there second. Racing third. Peanut Fear. Round the turn. Journey Sharp Edge and trailing the field as they race over to the 3/8 mark. Into the lane first time. Coming to the halfway station. On top of the field as they come to the half. It is Journey's Sharp Edge. Racing second. Stapleton. On the move. Nick Clegg. Peanut Fear. Cruising Illusion fourth, and the trailer remains Ponderosa's Dream. Halfway home in 1:02. Into the turn they go. Journey Sharp Edge has the lead now by 2.5. Stapleton is there second. Peanut Fear racing third. On to the backside they go. Racing fourth. That's Cruising Illusion and treading the field. Ponderosa's Dream. The leader now is opened up by 6 lengths at the 3/4 mark. 3 quarters in 1:31-1. Around the final turn. On top of the field and showing the way. As the race with 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. Journey Sharp Edge and Austin Hanners now by 9 lengths. On the outside, Peanut Fear coming on second. Into the stretch they come. On top of the field, it's all Journey's Sharp Edge. Drawn away for fun for Austin Hanners. On the outside, Peanut Fear second. Stapleton is third. The mile, 2:03 2/5.
That mile in 2:03 2 was kind of an exhibition by Journey Sharp Edge. Austin took control about at the quarter, and that was kind of it. Just took off and was
Well, they went the third
going.
quarter in 29-1. Unofficially, of course, but he smoked it and just put distance, and they just floated home. Last stop in 1:01-2. Last quarter 32-1. But it was just sitting.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, Roger called him up by 9 and coming out of the last turn, and I think by the finish he'd probably be charted a little bit more than that even.
Yeah, and we can say that Ron Steck, trainee for Marion Beecham, and taking a new lifetime mark of 2:03-2.
And we gave out some information earlier that Cruising Illusion was the first-time Lasix, and we had a question. Do you need to announce first-time Lasix if there is no wagering? And yes, we do, Jay Wolf. We here at the OHHA broadcast give you every bit of information that we can possibly gather.
Little inside information.
So here we got the Steck connections coming back to the winner's circle. Horse is still owned by his breeder, Marion Beachy.
Look good for
The winner's circle. Number 4, Journey's Sharp Edge. Marion Beachy of Sugar Creek, Ohio, the owner. Ron Steck, the winning trainer. Austin Hanners in the sulky. 2-year-old gelding by Do Me That Again out of Riding Out a Storm. Home a winner in 2:03 2/5, a lifetime mark for Journey's Sharp Edge. Fly sheet sponsored by Decker Farms goes to Ron Steck, Austin Hanners, Journey's Sharp Edge. For Austin Hanners, 8 racing double.
that is
Results are official. Number 1, Stapleton, 3. The 2, Cruising Illusion, 4. The 3, Peanut Fear, 2. The 4, Journey Sharp Edge, the winner. The 5, Ponderosa Dream, 5. Top down, 3, 4, 2, 1, 5 on the bottom. The quarter, 31-1. The half, 1:02. 3 quarters, 1:31-1. The mile 2:03 2/5.
That is Austin Hanna's second win of today. And that's getting him up there. You think he's at about 10 wins, could be climbing higher. But that is the fifth race, the sixth race we are now coming up here.
We had
Susan?
a note here from Daryl who says the picture and volumes are both perfect in Overland Park, Kansas. So that is interesting, a viewer from Kansas. So we appreciate you watching
That's right.
there from
This
Kansas.
is not Kansas anymore.
All right.
Susan. But, yeah, all our folks are all over. I know we've got folks out in Las Vegas watching. We've got folks up in Maine. We've got Canada. Incidentally, with the Angus, Anthony McDonald's in his stable.ca. It was James McDonald win 4 races Saturday night. He's from Gulf, Ontario. He's from up there. And ironically, is if you watched Chris Page winning the Little Brown Jug, said it was a lifetime dream. Well, same thing with Jim McDonald. He won the Meadowlands Pace, and he said, I watched these races when I was a kid, and to get here is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's anytime. It's dreams come true in the business, and just to win a big race, or even to win the county fair, or a horse that you breed of your own, you train your own, you paddock your own.
Yeah.
You have to feed them on your own. And speaking of feeding, don't forget poor little Roman tonight. He has to be fed. But we shall return for the 6th race. And there's only 4 in this one. The 5 is scratched. Fire in My Veins has been scratched. So we have 4 in it. They're going to be taking the purse of $4,300. We shall return in a few minutes.
The Franklin County Agricultural Society was organized in 1851, and after 2 short months of planning, the society hosted its first fair later that fall. Lacking its own space, it was approved to be held at the state fairgrounds for the first 2 years. Tents and buildings exhibited livestock, horticulture, and farm goods. Premiums were awarded to the owners of the best cow, chickens, stallion, and filly. An autonomous county fair would be put on hold in the following decades as Franklin merged with Delaware and Licking for a tri-county fair. By 1910, the Franklin County Fair was officially named and resumed as we know it. After the fair was reestablished, it moved to Columbus Driving Park Racetrack. Outside of fair time, the track was known for standardbred racing. Newspapers around the nation reported on races here. The Columbus Driving Park hosted Grand Circuit meets that featured horses like the legendary Dan Patch. At the turn of the century, the track popularized cars, introducing 24-hour endurance racing to the entire world. During this time, harness horses would outgrow the Columbus Driving Park. Sulkies would go on to find a new home at Hilliard Raceway and eventually today's Scioto Downs. The Franklin County Fair is a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. It features 2 days of harness racing and hosts a leg of the Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moaning, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
The thrill and excitement of Grand Circuit Racing returns to the Delaware County Fairgrounds. Make your plans to attend the 78th Little Brown Jug. You win the Little Brown Jug! Little Brown Jug Week starts Sunday, September 17th with the 78th Little Brown Jug Thursday the 21st. Visit littlebrownjug.com or call 1-800-DEL-FAIR for ticket information. Be there!
Welcome back to the Franklin County Fair here in Hilliard, Ohio. We want to also welcome Danielle from Oxfordshire, the UK, who says her mom, Pamela Gates, used to train horses at Scioto Downs. So that is interesting. We've got Dee Dee Lowe is watching, Mike from Warren, Michigan. We've got people from everywhere, so we really appreciate everyone watching.
The wide world over. I'd say it's, as the gentleman said the other day, how he's able to, he's getting up in age now, but to be able to watch these, the fair racing, and as again, what I love about them is you see the stars of tomorrow coming out.
Yeah.
And you can see a horse develop, and you'll pick your favorites, which you like, you want to watch. And last year when Hydraulic Hazel, as we were at, she had a following, and she was going for 13 in a row. We were up at Sandusky, and everyone was there to see Hazel.
Yeah.
And I say, hooray for Hazel.
Absolutely. It's just
Okay,
it's
Susan.
really fun. We'll try and get one or two horses in before the post parade. All bull and no beef. And Chris Hirschberger from the rail. Chris is also the trainer. CNC Stables from Canton, Ohio, the owners. It's a Bullville powerful colt out of She's a Pony, who's by Presidential Ball. We're going to have Chris is holding on to the tent right now because it's getting a little breezy.
Bull and No Beef with Chris Hirschberger. Number 2, Center Story, the driver Tim Johnson. Number 3, Bubble Bebop with Austin Hanners. And number 4, Down by the Parade, Nick Clegg in the sulky. Number 5 is Scratched. Tim Johnson, the 2, Austin Hanners, the 3.
Betty and Nick Clegg, well, they have 2 in here, so it's a 50-50 chance of them winning. I think that's the odds. Number 1, all beef and no beef. All bull and no beef. Okay, get me confused. Chris Hirschberger trains and drives this Bullville Powerful out of Shea's Pony by Presidential Ball. Crick Stables, LLC of Canton, Ohio owns it. This is a nice 2-year-old as paced in 2-2 with a first lifetime start in a qualifier at Northfield. Last week it went Cortland at 2-6-3, but shows speed. Number 1, all bull and no beef with Chris Hirschberger. Number 2.
From the Betty Clegg stable, Center Story, Tim Johnson gets the drive. This is a well-said colt out of an Art Major mare, Art Center. Won his last qualifier at Northfield Park in 2 minutes and 3/5 by a neck last quarter in 30-3.
That's right. And number 3 is Bubble Bebop. This is Ron Steck trainee for Ron himself, T. Taggart, and Hawkins and Jeffries. This is the first. It's got a blank page. It's the very first time on the racetrack. And it's a 2-year-old colt by Lather Up out of Bebop Tina out of some beach somewhere.
And the 4, Down by the Parade from the Clegg stable. This is a Down by the Seaside out of a Royal Majesty mare, Gracie's Parade. 5 starts this year, 4 wins. The fastest of those, 2 minutes and 4/5 at Paulding. The 5 is a Scratch, so we can join Roger Houston for the call of the 6th race.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. All Bull and No Beef goes right out for the lead. Up on the outside, down by the parade second. Into the turn third. That's Center Story. Trailing the field, Bumblebee Bop. To the backside in the first 8. All Bull and No Beef by ahead. Up on the outside, down by the parade. Now second and going right on to the top for Nick Clegg. Racing third. Down the backside they go. It's Center Story and off stride trailing Bumblebee Bop as they race by the opening quarter. Down by the parade, took them to the quarter in 30 4/5. Racing second. All Bull and No Beef racing third. As they race over to the 3/8 mark, it's Center Story. Back pacing on the outside, trailing the field, Bumblebee Bop. Coming to the halfway point. Down by the parade by a length and a quarter. All Bull and No Beef second. Racing third, Center Story as they race over to the halfway mark. Into the turn, go on to the 5/8. Halfway home in 102 4/5. Trailing the field, Bumblebee Bop. On to the backside they go. Down by the parade. Opens up now by a length and 3/4 on All Bull and No Beef second. Racing third, Center Story. Trailer remains Bumblebee Bop. The margin is now 3 lengths and drawing away with every stride. Down by the parade and Nick Clegg. Racing second, All Bull and No Beef. Racing third is Center Story. 3/4 in 1:33 1. Midway around the final turn. Down by the parade is now on top by 5. All Bull and No Beef is second. Here comes Center Story on the move on the outside. Through the stretch, it's all down by the parade and Nick Clegg. Home second, All Bull and No Beef. Finishing third, Center Story. The mile, 2:03 3/5.
And Mr. Clegg just had his fists. Didn't it? Wasn't 2 fingers or 3 fingers. He had fists holding on that Colt, coming home in a minute and 4/5. Last quarter 30 2. Of course, he has been in 53 2 in the new generation. He was second in that, paced in 53 2. This nice Colt now has 5 wins and 6 starts and 1 second. That adds another $2,000 to, got over $47,000 on his card already this year.
That second place finish certainly was a good paycheck. He picked up $37,500 finishing second in the next generation, and that was just 2 starts back. So pretty good mile down by the parade, taking over, and just looked like he had no trouble after that.
And there's another bargain for Nick and Betty. He was a Ohio Select Yearling sale of $8,000.
Yeah.
And especially down by the seaside for $8,000. That is a great buy.
That is.
Hey, what is his stud fee this year? $20,000 or?
I'm
sorry to.
It's okay.
You just put your book away too.
I brought my stallion directory this time so I could answer these questions.
But
down by the seaside, 17.5.
Well, 20,000 is close enough.
Yeah. Yep, for 2024.
17.5, and it's
standing at Sugar Valley Farms.
Where does down by the seaside stand? At
Sugar Valley.
Sugar Valley Farms. Right in Delaware, Ohio. Mm-hmm. Delaware, Ohio.
Official winner of the 6th race. Hometown of Colt Stake, 2-year-old Colton gelding pace. Number 4, Down by the Parade. Owned by Betty Jo Clegg, Northfield, Ohio. Betty Clegg, the winning trainer. Nick Clegg in the sulky. 2-year-old gelding, but down by the seaside at a Gracie's Parade. Home winner in 2:03 3/5. Blanket in this race presented by Next Gen Ag in memory of Andy Rice, former Fair Board member and member of the Speed Committee for a number of years here at Hilliard's. Family and friends in the winner circle of Andy Rice.
I'll tell you, Brad Conrad could make a
Results are
living just
official.
off the winner photos from Nick and Betty.
Number 1, all bull, no beef. 2, the 2, center story. 3, the 3, Bumblebee Bop. 4, the 4, down by the parade. The winner. Number 5 was scratched. Top down. 2, 3, 4, 1. Bottom horse was scratched. The quarter 30 and 4. The half 102 4. 3 quarters 133 1. The mile 203 3/5. Final half 1 minute and 4/5. Final quarter 30 and 2/5. On for race 7.
Our final race of the day coming up is race 7. It is the second of 2 divisions of the Home Talent Colt Stakes 3-year-old Colt Pace. We've are scratched down to a field of 6. The 1, Bust Your Lip, is a scratch. The number 2, Gator Pled the 5th, make the driver Hank Levan. And the number 3, In His Time, make the driver Tim Johnson. We'll be right back with the 7th, the finale of the morning card here at Hilliard, right after this.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Sleigh, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old trotting filly of the year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Sleigh, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
For over 100 years, the values at CoverLink Insurance have been clear. Do the right thing. These values have been at the forefront of what we do, and that will never change. At CoverLink Insurance, you're a person, not a policy. We're here to get you the right coverage: home, auto, business, and farm. CoverLink covers you, your family, and your business. Trusted advice and solutions to protect what matters most. Great service from great people. CoverLink Insurance.
Yes, we're back. You know, Susan is perusing through her Huff's Guide as we were looking at this. It's unbelievable how quick we're going through this already.
Yeah.
It's just like Zoom. And, of course, we're here today. We're here. This is our 7th coming up. But still, we'll be back at 4 for the, well, it's 3:30. We're going to make the presentation. But tonight, we've also got Lebanon at 4 o'clock. Oak Harbor at 5. That's where all the horses are, too. We're all over.
Yeah.
But it looks, this is our 7th and our final, Susan.
Final of the morning card. Yes, this is the second of 2 divisions, the 3-year-old Colt Pacers. The 1, Bust Your Lip, is a scratch. The number 2, Gator Pled the 5th. Hank Levan gets the catch drive for trainer Jeff Neisanger and owner George Burkhold from Sarasota, Florida. George is also the breeder of this well-said colt out of Gator Won't Tell, who's by Tell All. 6 starts this year. I had a 3rd place finish at Marion. Last start at Wilmington, he was individually timed in 58 flat last quarter in 28-1.
Number 3, Somewhere Up. This is Nick and Betty, Lather Up, 3-year-old by out of Somewhere Sunny by Some Beach Somewhere. That looks like the cross. Of course, the Some Beach Somewhere, Lather Up, good cross. This is a Betty Jo Clegg owns herself, bred by Stephanie Smith of Rothgug, Ohio. Got 17 starts, no wins, 2 seconds, 3 thirds. Has been timed, and 57-3 at Northfield. The Buckeye Stallion Series was finished fifth last week at Cortland, 2-4-2. Last quarter, 29-3, and was second. Just got beat a length and a half. Somewhere up with Nick Clegg. This looks like another one that they might be down the winner's circle with. Number 4.
In his time, Betty Clegg trains and owns. This Tim Johnson will drive. This is a Fear the Dragon out of a Western Terror mare, We Adore Thee. Last race at Cortland and won there by 8 1/4 lengths in 2-2-1 in 29-second flat last quarter.
Number 5 is Stars Over Sydney. Brett Schwartz, trainee, part owner, as well as Larrick and Fagan of Washington Courthouse, Leesburg. This is a Yankee Cruiser three-year-old out of a Megastar by 4 Stars Shark. 9 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, 2 and a third, 16,000. Marco Wilmington at 2-1-4, and that was last week. And come last quarter, 29-3. Stars Over Sydney. Steve Mark St. Louis in the sulky.
Let's do the Macarena and Emmanuel Miller from the 6 hole. Let's break for the post parade.
The 2, Gator pled the 5th. The driver, Hank Levan. Number 2, 3, Somewhere Up with Nick Clegg. The 4, In His Time, Tim Johnson. Number 5, Stars Over Sydney, Mark St. Louis Jr. And number 6, Let's Do the Macarena, Emmanuel Miller in the sulky. Horse to take 1 score and go to the gate.
Let's do the Macarena and Emmanuel Miller from the 6 hole. Dan Conkrite is the trainer, and Hurley Racing from Dublin, Ohio owns this Dancing Yankee Colt out of a Mach 3 mare, Mox Delicacy. It's had 9 starts this year, 1 win. That was about 4 starts back at Scioto Downs in a non-winners of 1 pari-mutuel in 54-1 last quarter in 22. The very next start, this Colt paced in 52-3 at Scioto last quarter in 28-4. So this Let's Do the Macarena has been racing quite well at Scioto Downs.
Got good times there. This is a good race. This is, again, in his time, made 42,000 last year. Somewhere up, 34,000. And
this could be our fastest race of the day.
This be picking them up, stepping them out.
This is a Home Talent Colt Stakes day here. Home Talent is the Colt circuit that oversees the racing. And David Myrick reminded me that Home Talent's going to be very busy this week. They've got Hilliard, Carrollton, Bucyrus, and Mount Vernon all in 1 week. So the Home Talent crew will be really busy this week getting all their races in. Horses are headed over to the gate. So from the rail out, the 1 is a scratch, so the 2 will move down. Gator pled the 5th and Hank Levan. Somewhere Up and Nick Clegg. In His Time with Tim Johnson. Stars Over Sydney, Mark St. Louis Jr. And Let's Do the Macarena and Emmanuel Miller. Let's throw it up to Roger Houston.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. Stars Over Sydney goes right out for the lead. Somewhere Up is their second. Gator pled the 5th, gets away 3rd, 4th on the outside. In His Time, treading the field. Let's Do the Macarena. Around the turn, go on to the first 8th. On top of the field, Stars Over Sydney and Mark St. Louis Jr. lead the race by a length and 3/4. Racing second. As they race down the backside, it's Somewhere Up on the outside. In His Time, now 3rd, racing 4th. Gator pled the 5th and trailing. Let's Do the Macarena. Opening quarter in 30 seconds flat. Midway around the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. Into the stretch first time, Stars Over Sydney with the lead, racing second. That is somewhere up on the outside in his time. Racing fourth on the inside. Gator pled the fifth on the outside. Let's Do the Macarena. 3 in, 2 out as they race to the halfway point. Into the turn they go. Stars Over Sydney. They're halfway home in 102 to the backside. Somewhere up is their second. Long Mile on the outside, but in his time. Racing up now is Let's Do the Macarena. Treading the field, Gator pled the fifth. Still 3 in, 2 out. Going to the 3/4 mark. On top of the field, Stars Over Sydney opens up now by 2.5 in his time on the outside second, somewhere up third. 3 wide off the turn. Let's Do the Macarena. 3/4, 131. Third panel in 29. Little more than an 8 to go in Ohio. Stars Over Sydney brings him into the stretch. Closing on the outside. Let's Do the Macarena. Through the lane they come. Stars Over Sydney with the lead. In his time, Let's Do the Macarena. It's all Stars Over Sydney. In his time, Let's Do the Macarena. The mile, 2:01 3/5.
Well, Mark St. Louis Jr. got away with some slow fractions, went down to the quarter in 30, half in 1:02. They started speeding things up then, but I think he won that race when he went down the half in 2. Certainly was able to control those fractions. And mile in 2, 1 and 3, I thought this was going to be a faster race, but he
Just the way
slowed it down so he could win. That's the important thing.
Exactly. He controlled the race from the get-go.
Yeah.
Let's Do the Macarena. Dan Concrete. Huh?
Stars Over Sydney.
Excuse me. I like to.
You just like to say Macarena.
I'm thinking of Macarena. I just want to say that. It was such a craze back, 20 years ago? I mean, everybody was. But Stars Over Sydney.
Everything is too far ago.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it?
You know.
Everything.
And unfortunately, it seems like yesterday.
Yeah.
But Stars Over Sydney, Brett Schwartz. Mark St. Louis adding to his. Is that 3 wins today? No, this is his second win.
Third
win.
Third win for Mark St. Louis. Yep, he takes over the driving honors today.
He is now up to 21, and that's just behind Jeff Nysonger's 23. He'd probably say, I like this Ohio. These are nice fairs. He's doing well here.
And this is the third win for trainer Brett Schwartz on the morning card. So Brett Schwartz, Mark St. Louis, both with 3. We had Scott asked about the YouTube channel, and Matt put a link in the comments so he can. So Scott, you can just push on that link.
Number 5, Stars Over Sydney. Brett Schwartz of Washington Courthouse, B.R. Larrick of Leesburg, Ohio, and D.A. Fagan, Washington Courthouse, the owners. Brett Schwartz with a training double on today's card, leading trainer here this afternoon. Mark St. Louis Jr. gets his 3rd winning drive of the card, the winningest driver here at Hilliard this afternoon. 3-year-old Gallimby Yankee Cruiser out of Megastar. Home a winner in 2:01 3/5. Final half 59 3. Final quarter 30 3/5. And that's another winner from Midland Acres by Yankee Cruiser. Blanket in this race, sponsored by the Home Talent Colt Stakes, goes to Brett Schwartz, Mark St. Louis Jr., and Stars Over Sydney. Results are official. Number 1 is scratched. The 2, Gator pled the 5th. 4, the 3, Somewhere Up. 5, the 4, In His Time. 2, the 5, Stars Over Sydney, the winner. The 6, Let's Do the Macarena. 3, Top Down. Scratch 4, 5, 2, 1, 3 on the bottom. The quarter 30, the half 102, 3/4, 131. The mile, 2:01, 3/5. Well, that concludes our racing program this afternoon. We've got another program coming up at 4 this afternoon, first of 9 races at 4 o'clock. There will be a special ceremony trackside at 3:30. We'd like as many horsemen to participate as possible. Horsemen invited to the winner's circle at 3:30 this afternoon for a special presentation. First race post at 4 p.m. Be here!
So we want to welcome Mike, who's watching from Guntersville, Alabama, and Kenneth watching from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We hope you will stay tuned because we will be back for the second card at 4 o'clock.
There's more action. They got the fillies this evening.
Yep.
So what a great little card this was. Good miles. And you got the drivers and trainers are adding to their winning totals. So stay tuned for more action.
Yep. Be back with us at 3:30 if you want to see that special presentation for Dr. John Ellis. First post time is at 4. Lebanon also at 4 and Oak Harbor at 5. So you guys better get your YouTube and your Facebook and the Harness Racing Ohio
3
all
screens
set
going.
up. Yep,
All
so you can watch
at
all
one
3.
time. We'll see you then.
We'll see you soon.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.